So in the previous lecture, we have seen that there is something called a count to infinity. Okay. So in this problem, first of all, we have seen if a connection is established, it will the new path is established very quickly. If you see that there was previously it was infinity, and after 3 steps, when the distance vector are exchanged with each other, it is able to update what actually is there. Okay. So now this is the good news when there was not a path before, and after it just pop up randomly. So all the all the router will update the path. Okay, so it is very quick. If you're seeing here, it is very quick. But now you see that what happens when the connection that is established before, it just stops working. Okay, so I'll show you. Just wait a second. Okay, so now previously I'm taking the same example. A, this was B, C and D. Okay, so just for the sake of simplicity, I'm taking all the length to be 1 here, so you may understand better. Okay, so now if you remember how we used to do DVR, I will also show you DVR part if you get confused here. Okay, so now previously the connection was established here. Now I'm saying that the link is down. Okay, so previously till there when the distance vector that were exchanged were 1 2 3. Okay, so suppose now the link is down here. Okay, so now when the link between A and B is down, what will happen is that A will not send any distance vector and B will not receive any distance vector. So it will know that I have no path. Now there is no path between me and A. So what it do, it just updates its routing table and say the path between A and B is nothing. So it is updating the distance vector as infinity. Okay, so now what will happen here now? So it is very interesting thing to observe here. Now suppose in the first step, I'm just because the distance vector between A and B will get exchanged. So this will, but this particularly this will get updated, and I'm just stopping here. Okay, so in the next step, what will happen? The distance vector between B and C and the distance vector between C and D will also get exchanged. Okay, so now everything is happening parallelly. If you remember now what is happening here, if you see, when the distance vector of B is exchanged with B, because if you're at B, you will get a distance vector from C. Okay, so I want to update the routing path here. So I'm just what I'm getting from the distance vector of C. Okay, so when I'm standing at B, I will receive a distance vector from C. So what I'm getting 2. Okay, so actually what actually it is saying now, by transferring the distance vector of 2 to B, it is C is actually saying I can take you to A in 2 hops. Okay, so 2 cost, this is cost, I can also calling it as hop. So C is saying to B, I can take you to A in 2 hops. Okay, so B will think now I have a new path, but actually it is wrong, because if you're seeing here, the path between C and A is through B. Okay, but C is not telling you telling B that the my path is through you only. Okay, so that is the main problem here. Okay, it is okay. So that is the main problem. So I also write it so you get a little bit better understanding. So C says that when the distance vector of C is exchanged with B, now C says that I can take you to A in cost 2 or 2 hops. I'm just calling it as 2 hops. Okay, so but it actually is not saying that my path is through you only. So I'm also writing it because, but it is not saying that my path is through you or from you. Okay, so now why it is not saying, because earlier when this particular algorithm was given, it was around 1980s and 85. So during that period we do not have enough bandwidth to tackle all the things. Okay, so I cannot be able to send all the distance vector as well as the next hop to B. So I have a limited bandwidth, so I am always only used to send the only used to send this part, this distance vector part. Okay, so that is why I am sending the distance vector to B, but actually I am not saying that my path is due through only. Why? Because no, I am not sending next hop B, because the next hop is again from C to the next hop will be to B. Okay, but actually it is now B will think that C has actually a new path to A, but that is not the case. Okay, so the path was through B only, but it is not sending, it is only sending the distance vector to B. So it is thinking that my path is, the C has another path. Maybe my path was down here, but C has another path, so I can go from C. Okay, so if you think about it, if I write it in the algorithm form, if you remember. Okay, so just to give you a better understanding, if you want to do the algorithm part that we have studied, you can also do like this. Okay, so I'll say at B what will be the routing table here. So I'm only concerned about A. Okay, I will not write anything, I am just writing A here. So at B to A the path was infinity. Okay, so there is no next hop. Okay, so at C, if I'm writing it, I can write it like this. Okay, so I'm just showing you what will be the new routing table at C. Okay, so at C the path was A, then 2, and the path was next hop was B, because we are going through B here, so that is why the next hop was B. Okay, so if you want to update the routing table, so you can also do like this. So I can say, if you want to know that what will be the new distance here. Okay, so what will be updated here, so I can also talk about that. Or okay, so I can show you. Okay, so I want to show you that what will happen at B. Okay, so I will form with the help of this routing table. If you remember the DVR algorithm, I will follow the DVR algorithm. I will update at B and I will update at C, but then I will just keep on doing it, so you will understand. So I will not do this step for every step. In the next step you will easily understand it. Okay, so I'll show you that what happens at B now. Okay, so at B, where you will get the distance vector, you will get the distance vector only from C, because the path from A is now down. Okay, so distance vector from B you will get. And now what is the distance vector from B here? Okay, okay, sorry, at B you will get a distance vector, suppose from C. Sorry about that. It is just that I will not say. Okay, so what is the distance vector from C? So distance vector from C will be complete table, complete A to B to distance from C to A, distance from C to B, distance from C to D. So I am only concerned with the distance from C to A, but still if you want to do it, you can. So distance from C to A, earlier it was 2, that is already written here. C to B it is 1, C to C it is 0, C to D it is 1 again. Okay, so only one distance vector I'm getting from C. So what is the new routing table at B now? New routing table at B. Okay, so now you have to find the distance from BC. What is the distance BC? BC distance is 1 again. So only one distance vector is coming. So you have to update the routing table based on this one. Okay, so I'm only concerned with this one. So B to B. So this is the exception. This will be your 0, and the next hop will be B, and then C, and then D. Okay, so add it. 2 plus 1 is 3. So 3. The next hop is again C, and then 0 plus 1 is 1. The next hop is again C. 1 plus 1 is 2, and the next hop is C. Okay, so I'm only concerned with this part because I've already written this 2 here. That is only concerning this part here. Okay, so now if you're seeing here the new routing table at B, it means that this distance, the infinity distance, will be up. Okay, so if you want to update the routing table at this part, that is your BC. Okay, so you are getting a distance vector from B as well as from D. Okay, so I'm just again following the same procedure. At C, you are standing at C. Okay, so at C, now you are getting a distance vector from two sides, that is from B as well as from D as well. Okay, so the distance, what I do is that I can just copy and paste this diagram over here. Okay, so now from B, you write the distance vector here. From D, you write the distance vector again. Now, what is the distance vector here? It will be from B to A. B to A is infinity. B to B is 0. B to C is 1. And B to D is 2. Okay, the similar way from D to A, it is, I think, already given here. It is 3. So I've shown you in the previous step how it is get updated to 3. Now from B to D to B, it is 2. And then from D to C, it is 1, and D to D, it is 0. Okay, so now the C is getting the distance vector from B as well as from D. So you find the distance between C and B and C and D. Okay, so write CB and CD here. What is CB? It is 1, and CD also here is 1. Okay, so the new routing table at C, you can directly form it. So now what you do, you have to just figure out the exception first part. The first exception was C to C. C to C distance will always be 0, and the next hop will be always C. Okay, so just exception part, always write it at the start, so you do not mess this part out. Okay, so now infinity plus 1 is infinity. 3 plus 1 is 4, so it is 4. The next hop will be from D. Now 0 plus 1 is 1, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So this is least. Now it will be from B. Okay, so 0 plus 1 is 1 distance, and the next hop will be C. In the similar way, you figure out the D part. D part is 2 plus 1, 3. 0 plus 1 is 1. So it is 1, and the next hop will be D. Okay, so I'm only concerned with this part here. Now the distance at C, the distance at C will be updated to 4 here. Okay, so I will show you also using if you want to follow that step, you will follow at every routing table. At every step, you have to see what is the distance vector, where it is getting the distance vector from, and you update the routing table accordingly. Or otherwise, I will show you simple method. You will easily understand what actually is going on. Okay, so it was A previously, then B, then C, and then D, and we have till here it was 1, 2, 3. So this path was out. Now it is infinity, 2, and 3 here. Okay, so when the distance vector between these two vectors will get exchanged, now what will happen here? Now the B is getting a distance vector from C. So actually C is saying I can take you to A in 2. Now what is the distance required to reach C? It is 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So I'm writing the distance vector 3 here. So actually what it means that B can reach to C by when the next hop is C. Okay, so B can reach, sorry, what is the meaning of this? B can reach to A when the next hop is C through C, but actually it is not, that this is not right, because there is no direct path between C and A. Okay, so actually the next hop path was B. Now the next hop of B is becoming C. So it is kind of a loop here. I will show you the deadlock also, but if you see here, you will get out, you will get something. Okay, in a similar way at C part, it will get a distance vector from C, as well as it can get the distance vector from D as well. Okay, so if you find it, what will happen here? So it is saying I can take you to A in infinity. So that is not the case. Now it will get another neighbor, and it is saying I can take you to A. Now this is saying I can take, D is saying I can take you to A in 3. Okay. So when D is saying I can take you to A in 3, and what is the distance required to reach to D? It is 1. So 3 plus 1 here is 4. In the similar way, C is also saying D, I can take you to, because C will get a distance vector from, D will get a distance vector from C. So C is say I can take you to A in 2, and what is the distance required to reach C is 3. Okay. So now this will be your updated routing table at this part, at A part. So I'm only concerned with that. Okay, so if you do not get this, so you can follow this method. And if you're seeing here, the result will be same. Okay, so now the new routing table at C is saying 4 here. It is again saying 4 here, and the new routing table at B, it is saying 3 here. Here it is also saying 3. Okay, so now you will see what will happen again and again. Now again the distance vector will get exchanged between these. Now you will be thinking that previously it was 2. Now why have I updated to 4? Okay, so it is more path. You will say the distance with previously was less. Now the distance is more here. Okay, so now you do not think about the distance. Okay, so when you are performing DVR part, so in DVR part, always what you do, whatever the neighbor gives you the distance vector, you update the value according to the value of the neighbor. Okay, so maybe it will be more, maybe it will be less. I need to worry. If I am getting two distance vector from if I'm getting distance vector at C, I will get distance vector from B and D. Okay, so I can select the least of these two distance vector, but I cannot select other than that. Okay, so the least of, if you see here, both of the distance vector will be same here. Okay, so again B will also say that I can take you to A in 3, and D is also saying to C that I can take you to A in 3. Okay, so the answer will be same here, so you can take any one of it. Okay, so now check this one. Now when the distance vector between C and B will exchange, it is the C is saying that I can take you to A in 4. Now what is the distance between B and C? It is 1. So you can write here a 5. Okay, so 4 plus 1 is 5. In the similar way, when the distance vector between these two get exchanged, so it is again 3 and 3. Okay, so the answer anyway the answer will be same, so there will be nothing minimum of them. Okay, so now B will say I can take you to A in 1 in 3, and D will say I can take you to A in 3. So both of these the required a distance of 1 here, so 4 plus 1 here will be 5. Okay, just wait a second, I think I made some mistake. Sorry, so B is saying I can take you to A in 3, and D is saying I can take you to A in 3. Now what is the distance required to reach to either B or C? It is 1. Okay, so 3 plus 1 is 4 here again. Okay, in the similar way, when the distance vector between C and D will get exchanged, now C is saying to D, I can take you to A in 4. I can take you to A in 4. Now what is the distance required to reach to D? It is 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay, so in the similar way, in the next step, when you exchange the distance vector here, what will happen? Now B will get a distance vector from C. Now C is saying I can take you to A in 4. Now what is the distance to reach B to C? It is 1. So 4 plus 1, it will get 5 here. In the similar way, C will again get a same distance vector from B and D as well. Okay, so it is 5 and 5. Okay, so it will say D is saying I can take you to A in 1, and what is the distance required to reach from C to D? It is 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6 here. In the similar way, it is saying I can take you to D. It is saying to D, I can take you to A in 4. It is when the distance vector between C and D will get exchanged, it is saying I can take you to A in 4. And what is the distance between C and D? It is 1. So to reach D, it is 5. Okay, so you can write 4 plus 1, 5. Okay, in the similar way, when you go ahead with the next step, you will see it is D saying it is C, I think. Yeah, C saying I can take you to A in 6. And what is the distance between B and C? It is 1. So 6 plus 1 is 7. In the similar way, it will both get 5 and 5 from both of them. So it can take any path. So it will be 6, and it is 6. It is getting 7. Okay, so if you're seeing here, the pattern will now get again and again, it will get repeated here. In the next step, it will be 9, then 8, then 9. It is increasing. Okay, so it is taking a lot of time. It will again in the next step, it will be 9, and then 9 is exchanged here, 9, 10, and then again it is 9. Okay, so if you are seeing here, it will eventually go towards infinity. Okay, so it will eventually go towards, but it is going very, very, very slow. Okay, so
So isn't it supposed to is to be 8 or this or the other one?
this one.
Yes. So instead of 10, it's supposed to be 8,
Okay,
no?
so when the distance vector between this one is, sorry, C, B, C, and D. Okay, so this one, this B is saying to you are getting 9 from here as well as 9 from here. You can take any one. So I am taking this one. So B is saying to C, I can take you to A in 9. And what is the distance between B and C? It is 1. So 9 plus 1 is 10. Okay. Yeah.
Got it, sir.
So if you're seeing here, it is painfully slow. Okay, eventually it should be like that, that when the link is down, it should be infinity here, and then infinity here, and then infinity here. Okay, so why is this not happening? Because the C is not telling B that my path is through you only. Okay, so I think you may have got the solution of this problem as well. If you are somehow able to send B that my path is through you only, now B will understand that C does not have any extra path, so it will transfer the infinity onto C. It means that saying that your path is also finished because my path is finished. In the similar way, it will also send the D will also exchange the infinity with the D here. The C will also exchange the infinity with the D here, because it will understand the path that was previously existed between B and A is now finished. Now D's path is through C and C's path is through B, and B's path is finished. Okay, so again C will also transfer infinity to this one. Okay, so actually why it is happening, because C is not able to tell B that my next hop is U. Okay, so if it is somehow able to tell that B that my next hop is U, now B will understand that I think the path between between C and A there, that does not exist, that path is through me. So it will exchange this distance vector with C. I will show you how can this happen, but understand the
Sir,
solution will be like this. Okay, so now,
sir,
yes, yes.
sir, in second step, like for A, the C is having distance vector as 4.
This
So
one.
according to that, D should have 5.
Why D should have 5? Because D will get a distance vector from C. Okay. So when it get a distance vector from C, it will here you are talking about here now.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
So it
So
will get like, so for when at present the distance at C is 4.
okay. So this one you are talking about, this one.
Yes, sir. No,
So it
sir.
should be
Upper one.
you are saying it should be.
Sir, now it should be the 3 should be above 5. There is a 3. It should be 5 na, because at this time the C is 4.
Okay, so how this number came into existence from this distance vector. Okay, so that is clear to us. Okay, so now if you're seeing here at D, now when I'm this at this point, so suppose this distance vector is not there till now. Okay, so at C I will get a distance vector from B and D. So you can take any of the distance vector. So the smallest distance vector will be this one, 3, because infinity is coming from B, and D 3 is coming. Okay, so now D is saying to C that I can take you to A in 3. Okay, so I can take you to A in 3. What is the distance to reach D? It is 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4 here. In the similar way, now when you are standing at D, and now the distance vector from C will get exchanged with D. Okay, so now C is saying to D, I can take you to A in 2. I can take you to A in 2. Now what is the distance between, how many hops required to reach to C? It is 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, so that is why here it is 3. Understand?
Okay, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I know it may be a little bit confusing, but if you see, I think I have made a right one. Okay, so because why I have taken this one-dimensional example, because I want to only talk about A. Okay, so if I have taken 2 or 3-dimensional example like this one, it will be very difficult for me to make you understand that what actually is going. Okay, so with this, I am only talking about A. So keep in mind when that here I am writing the distance from B to A, C to A, and D to A. Okay, so I have if you still don't get this point, so how I am updating the next step. So you can also follow this particular path. Okay, so at C you are getting distance vector from B and D, you exchange each other, you will get the same result. Okay, so I'm just doing it directly, but again I'm following the DVR algorithm. There is nothing new here. Okay, so now this particular problem is referred to as count to infinity problem, and now you know why it is happening. Okay, so because the B that this particular router here, that C router here, is not telling B the next hop. Okay, so if it is able to tell the next hop, there will be a solution. So your solution is also this. Okay, so I will tell you the solution part as well, but before going on further, I'll also want to show you some that questions that I can ask you or that are asked in other exams. Okay, so I will show you this question. This is asked in GATE, I think in 2018 or 2016. This is a very interesting question. So this is N5, N4, N3, N2, and N1. It is given to you. Everything is given to you. The distance between all of these is given to you. That is 3 here, 2 here, 4 here. Initially it was 6 here, and here it is 1. Okay, so the question is very interesting. So this is a scenario that will not be given in any book. So if you solve this kind of question, you will understand that what to do in this particular scenario. Okay, they are saying that the distance, this particular distance, that is 6. Okay, so the distance between N2 to N3 is updated from 6 to 2. Okay, so from 6 to 2 it is updated, and they're saying then what will be the new routing table. Okay, so new routing table at N3. Okay, so this is the question. This is very interesting question. So because every distance vector is already there. Now they are saying at this particular instance of time, that is this particular distance fell from 6 to 2. Now what will be the new routing table at N3? Okay, so just for the sake of simplicity, I'm writing the vectors here. So this is the vector at this point. So I'm just directly writing it. So because I've already calculated it, so you can find it out. So N4 to N4 to again, these vectors are given to you. I think, yeah, this is given to you in the question. Sorry for that. N4 to N4 distance is 0. So N4 to N1, I think they have taken 4 3s this path. Okay. In the similar way, that the vector that is given to you, that is this one, 6 7 6 0 2 6, and the vector as N1 is given to you 0 1 7 8 4, and the vector at N2 is 1 0 6 7 3. Okay, so why is this question very interesting? Because their DVR is going here. Okay, so it may be first round of DVR, it may be second round of DVR, I don't know. Okay, so they are asking you that this particular distance have updated from 6 to 2. So what will be the new routing table? So I have to add one more statement here after one round of exchange. Okay, so after one round of exchange. Okay, so if I'm not giving you this statement, so you may think that they are asking you the question that at the end what will happen. So when the whole DVR algorithm is over. So at that point you can directly write the distances by seeing the minimum distances between any of this. So that will not be much of a question here. Okay, so they are asking about that what happens when there is one round of exchange. Now what you do at N3, I want to know at N3 what has happened. So where the distance vectors are coming from, N4 and N2. So I'll write from N2 and from N4. 4. Okay, so what is the distance vector that is coming from it? It is 1 0 6 and 2. It is 1 0 6 7 3 1 0 6 7 3. Okay, so at n4 it is 1 0, sorry, 8 7 8 7 2 0 4. Okay, so you may be thinking that when the distance, this particular distance is updated, so I should go ahead and update this distance as well. That is n2 to n3 distant here is given as 6. Now because this vector is updated, I should go ahead and update this distance. Don't do it. Okay, so because if a particular distance between two routers are exchanged, this particular change will automatically be adjusted if you follow the DVR algorithm. Okay, so there is no extra set you have to do. Okay, so because now the new path between n2 and n3 is generated, so now you will see a change here. Okay, so now what is the next step? You have to find the distance, write the distance at the bottom between n3 to n2, and you have to write the distance between n3 to n4. Okay, so if you remember the previous lecture, this was completely discussed there. Okay, so instead of writing 6 here, now you have to write a 2 here. Now this is how updation works. Okay, so when you write 2 here and n3 to n4, where n3 to n4 distance is 2. Okay, so now you just have to go ahead and write the new routing table. It is as simple as that. Okay, so new routing table at n3. Okay, so now go ahead. Now what you do, remember the exception that n3 to n3, first write it as it is 1 n2 and n1 n2 n3. Now n3 to n3 distance will be 0 and the next hop will be n3. So just always write the exception first, because if you do not write it, you will always make a mistake in the routing table, and that mistake will also be given in the option. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now follow the same step. So 2 plus 1 is 3, 8 plus 2 is 10. So this is the least path, and the path is 3, and the path next hop is n2. Okay, in the similar way, 0 plus 2 is 2, 7 plus 2 is 9. So this is the least path, that is 0 plus 2, 2. And what is the next path? Next hop is 2. In the similar way, 4 and 4. 3 plus 2 is 5, 4 plus 2 is 6. So 5 is least. So 5, and the next hop is n2. Okay, so that is how you make a routing table, new routing table at n3. So keep in mind, you do not directly update here. Okay, so don't do anything when you are performing a DVR algorithm, because this particular scenario is not given in any book. So if you solve these kind of question, you will get what will happen at that scenario. Okay, so in that scenario, you do not update any distance vector. So you just follow the same procedure if the updated path is there. So instead of writing 6 there, you will write a 2 here. Okay, so that is how you do it. Okay, so now cut back to the solution. The solution that I've given you, solution to count to infinity problem. So it will be very similar to the lines that I have told you, that if you send the distance vector or if you send the next hop, or somehow you inform the B here that my path is through you only, then it will be done. Okay, so the solution is referred to something called split horizon. Okay, split horizon. Okay, so now again I'll follow the same path here. I'll also show you with routing table, so it will be easy to understand for you. Now why it was happening, because there was something called a loop there. Okay, so I'll show you now. Initially it was 1 2 3. If you remember, there was no path. Now when the path is down, it became infinity 2 3. Okay, so at that time I want to show you what is the, I'll show you, just wait a second, routing table. Okay, so at okay, so the routing table at B is when it is infinity. So B to A, the distance was infinity. I do not know the next hop. B to C. Okay, so B to C, the distance was 2. C to A, the distance was 2, and the next hop was B, if you remember. And here the D to A distance was 3 and the next hop was C. Okay, so now what is the next step now? Okay, so next step will be you exchange the distance vector with each other. Okay, so here it was updated to 3 because C is saying I can take you to A in 2. Now what is the distance from B to C? It is 1, so 2 plus 1 is 3. In the similar way 4 and 3. Now check this particular part here. Okay, so now here if you remember, there was two distance vector coming from B side and D side. Okay, so I will ignore this distance vector because it is infinity. I will see this distance vector because this is 3. So here, if you understand, here the next hop is D. Okay, here the next hop is D for this particular part. Okay, so if I made a routing table here again, so here it is from B to A, the distance is 3 and the next hop is C here. Okay, so check here. Now here the distance of A is 4 and the next hop I hope I got the distance vector from D and the next hop was from D, if you remember. In the similar way, the distance from D to A is 3 and the next hop was from C because I received the distance vector from C part. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm writing it as C. Okay, so now see this part. Look at what is happening. Okay, so if B wants something, if B wants to send something to A, if B wants send something to A, it will send it to C first. So see this part. If B wants something to send to A, it will send to C. Okay, so see this part. It will send to C, and then if C wants to send it to A, it will send it to D. And if D wants to send it to A, it will send to C. Okay, so if you're seeing here, there is this loop that is forming here. That is not good. So that is why if you're seeing here, the bad news, that was the connection was down. Slowly they are going towards the infinite loop. Okay, so that number will always be going on and on and on and on. Okay, so actually it is not infinity here because this infinity is set to 14 hops. Okay, so in the routing algorithm, if anything does not get completed in 14 hops, so we will ignore that and we'll start the same thing again. Okay, so I'll show you when we implement this algorithm. Okay, so just keep in mind that 14 hops is very similar to infinity in routing algorithms. Okay, so now this split horizon. Okay, so what this split horizon says, so I will write it so it will not be a bit confusing. It's very simple. So if you now you can easily follow, if you are following any book, you will easily understand that what is happening now. Okay, so split horizon says if a node, I'm just writing it in an informal way. Okay, if a node is depending on someone means on some other node. Okay, on someone, in order to get its value, then it should not help that node. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? So the meaning of it is already explained to you, so I'll again try to explain it with the routing tables if I have. Okay, just wait for a second now. Okay, so now if you remember, I'm again using the same example here. Okay, so now now when the link is broken here, you know, A infinity A, so this will be the table at this point. Okay, so now you can write infinity here it was 2 and here it was 3. Okay, so now instead here if I write the routing table, it was A 2 then B, routing table was this previously, and then here it was A3C. If you remember, I'm writing the same things. Okay, so in the starting part. Okay, so now C, if you're seeing here, C is depending upon A, C is depending upon B in order to go to A. So I know this. Okay. So C is depending upon B in order to go to A. Therefore, when C is already depending on B to go to A, it should not say, the C should not say, I can take you to A. Okay. Means if you are sending a distance vector, do not send the actual value here. So you do not send the 2 here, but you will send infinity towards B here. Okay, so that is the main point. Okay, so now C will say, I am depending upon you to go to A, so I cannot help you. Okay, so instead of sending 2 to B, it will directly send the infinity to B. In the similar way, it will not directly send infinity to this one. In a similar way, again, because the path is now over, it is saying that I'm not able to help you. So in the next step, what will happen? Infinity now, infinity here, and here it is 3. Okay, so again, if you're seeing here, what will happen in the next step? Now, now the distance vector again will get exchanged here. Okay, so now instead of D, now C, now D is depending upon C. Okay, so if you're seeing here, the next hop is C at D. Now D is depending upon C to reach to A. So it will say, I cannot help you because my path is through you only. So I cannot help you. So it will again send infinity to this one, and it will again send infinity. Okay, so in 3 steps, your routing table will get updated to infinity, 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 infinity. Okay, so with this, you will get no loops there, and your actual routing table will be actually correct. So there is no path that exists between B to A, C to A, and D to A. So that is what we wanted. Okay, so instead of saying that I can take you to A in some distance vector, I will say I cannot help you because my path was through you only. So I will send you infinity. Okay, so that is the main concept of distance vector routing. Okay, so I hope you understand this one because it's a very complicated algorithm. But if you stick to this algorithm, I think it is one of the easiest one. Okay, so now what exactly is the disadvantages of DVR? So you, I think you may have now able to easily figure it out. The disadvantages of DVR, first was uh, first was count to infinity problem. Second was convergence is very slow. So if you're seeing here, the if I show you the good news travels fast, but it is not actually very fast. It will again taking 3 or 4 steps to again actually say to all of the connected routers that there is a new path. Okay, in the similar way, the third is that there is loops that exist. Okay, so if there is a loop, it means that there is a deadlock, and that deadlock will lead to count to infinity problem. Okay, so with the help of split horizon, okay, split horizon is the solution of this problem. Split horizon. Okay, so if you're following any book, you will easily understand it now because sometimes they use very difficult language. Okay, so if you're following Frozen, you will find it very difficult and intimidating to understand in the starting. But if you just stick to that, what they are saying, you will easily understand it. Okay, so now if you study in Frozen, you can easily understand that what actually is split horizon. Okay, so now it gives you the solution to count to infinity. And another thing is now there is no loops. Okay, with the help of this, now there is only one problem that is still there, that the convergence is very slow. Okay, so this problem still sticks out, that the convergence is very slow. Okay, so due to this problem that we have invented, we have given, the scientists have given new technique that is referred to as link state routing. Okay, so in this particular the only difference between this DVR and link state routing is that in DVR it is based that DVR knows about the neighbor. Okay, so DVR, it is just knows about the neighbor, so it is based on this principle. But link state routing is based on this principle that that every node, this node is referred to as router, every router knows about internet. Okay, knows about whole internet, about the whole of the internet. Okay, so that is this principle that is based on this. That is why Due to this link state routing, if I have all the available paths to reach a particular if I have all the paths to reach a particular destination, suppose this is, if this is the router and it has the information of all the available paths that are there on the internet. Okay, so it may be easily able to figure out one algorithm to reach shortest, or what is the shortest distance between these two nodes. Okay, so that is why LSR is now employed here, because every node, if they are connected to each other, if every router knows about every other router, if still if how if still they so what is the meaning? Every router will know about every other router, like this. I'll show you the example. So every router will know, this router will know about, this is A, B, C, D. This A will know about B, C, D. Whether, if you're seeing here, there is no direct path between A and C, but it will still get to know about this C, what actually the routing table entries that is exist in C. Okay, so that is the advantage of LSR. I will show you in the next lecture, because again, I will not want to lead this particular topic in between. So till here, I think if you have any doubt, just let me know. And I have covered all.
Sir,
Yes, yes, yes.
sir, like when we are updating the that path, so how are the adjacent nodes are updated automatically? Because we are seeing that they are updated by the routing tables of the like adjacent nodes to them. But when we are changing an edge, we are updating its path. Then how that is automatically updating to like in the example before, that 6 to 2 was updated automatically.
So if you're seeing here, the path here, just let me see, 10, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, so if you see here, I said that this particular distance has now changed to 2. Okay, so that was my problem. Okay, so I said do not change this distance because it is written 6 here directly, because if you follow the DVR algorithm, you will, this particular distance will automatically be updated. Now, if you see here in the routing table, now I have updated this distance because I have to take the value of N3 to N2, because this is the one step that I have to do. Okay, so when it is updated, I just updated this the path between N3 to N2 now. If you're seeing here now, if you see, when I've followed the DVR algorithm. Now the new routing table is this, and at N3
Well,
you will.
this distance we have this distance is updated explicitly. This particular one too, and all other one will calculate by routing tables.
What?
So like this updated distance to it is updated explicitly. Now we are mentioning here explicitly. We are not using the routing table of the adjacent nodes.
Yeah, this was changed explicitly. Yeah. Okay, so it is given in the question that this particular distance has, suppose it find another path. Okay, so there is another router there and it finds the easiest path. So that is why this distance is dynamic. It will again get updated. Okay. You are asking this question or other one?
Yes, sir, this one. Okay, sir.
So if you're seeing here, the distance here between N2 to N3 is automatically updated here. It is 2 here. Okay, so if you update here to 2, it will be wrong. But if you follow this step of DVR, it will automatically get to this. Okay. Any other doubt? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so I will discuss LSR in the next one. So if you have any lecture, you can.